I'm 80. If you're in your 60s, listen to this before it's too late. If I could go back in time and sit across from my 60-year-old self, there's so much I would say, things I wish I had understood sooner. But life doesn't give us a rewind button. It only moves forward. And if you're in your 60s right now, you need to hear this before it's too late. Because this decade is not just another chapter, it's the turning point. The choices you make today will shape the years ahead, and I don't want you to waste a single moment on the wrong things. You might feel like you still have plenty of time, but let me tell you something. Time speeds up. One day you're 60, thinking about retirement, and in what feels like the blink of an eye, you're 80, looking back at the life you built or the one you let slip through your fingers. So I need you to ask yourself, are you living with intention? Are you taking care of yourself the way you deserve? Or are you still waiting for someday to start enjoying life? Because someday is not promised. And I don't say that to scare you, I say it to wake you up. To remind you that right now, at this very moment, you have the power to choose a different path. To live smarter, to love deeper, to let go of what no longer serves you. And if you listen closely, I'm about to share the wisdom that I wish someone had told me at your age. Wisdom that could change the way you live the rest of your life. So stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to tell you could be the difference between a life of regrets and a life well lived. And if this message resonates with you, let me know in the comments, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Now let's begin. Your health is your wealth. If I could go back and tell my 60-year-old self just one thing, it would be this. Take care of your body like it's the only home you'll ever have, because it is. At 60, you might feel fine, a little stiffness here, some aches there, nothing too serious. You tell yourself, I'll start taking better care of myself next year. But let me tell you from experience, time doesn't slow down and neither does aging. When I was 60, I thought I had more time. More time to start eating right, more time to exercise, more time to rest when I needed it. I told myself that skipping one workout wouldn't matter, that one more night of poor sleep was no big deal, that my body would keep up with me no matter what. I was wrong. The habits you build today will either support you or betray you in the years ahead. I know because I've lived it. I've seen the difference between those who take care of themselves and those who don't. At 80, I've met two kinds of people, those who are still active, traveling, and enjoying life, and those who struggle to get out of bed, their bodies weighed down by years of neglect. The difference isn't luck, it's choice. Walk every day. Even a short walk can save you years of suffering. Eat real food. Your body isn't a trash can, stop treating it like one. Prioritize sleep, it's the best medicine you'll ever get for free. Strengthen your body. One day, getting out of a chair won't be as easy as it is today. You don't slow down because you age because you slow down. At 60, you might ignore the little warnings your body gives you. A small knee pain, a bit of fatigue, trouble sleeping. Nothing too serious, right? But here's the harsh truth. Those small signals are the first whispers of what will become screams in your later years. I know because I ignored them too. I brushed off the stiffness in my joints, the occasional shortness of breath, the nights I couldn't fall asleep. I told myself, it's just part of getting older, but aging isn't what makes you weak. Neglect does. I've seen people in their 80s who still go hiking, still travel the world, still play with their grandkids. And I've seen others who can't even stand for too long without pain. The difference? One took care of their body and the other ignored it until it was too late. At 60, you still have time to choose which path you'll take. But one day, you won't. So, I'll leave you with this. The body you build at 60 is the body you will live in at 80. Choose wisely. 2. Stop worrying about what others think. If I had $1 for every time I worried about what someone else thought of me, I'd be a rich man. But would it have been worth it? No. At 80 years old, I've learned something that I wish I had known much sooner. Most of the things I worried about never even mattered. I spent too much time concerned with how I looked to others, whether I was making the right impression, whether people liked me. But here's the truth. People's opinions won't pay your bills. They won't take care of your health, and they certainly won't give you peace of mind when you lay your head on the pillow at night. When you're younger, you think that what others think of you defines your worth. You hesitate before speaking your mind. You hold back from doing what you really want. and you waste energy trying to impress people who won't even remember your name in a few years. But looking back, I see how much time I lost to useless worry, and if I could go back, I would tell myself to let it all go. I can tell you with certainty that most people are too busy with their own problems to think about yours. They have their own struggles, their own insecurities, their own battles to fight. That person you were afraid of embarrassing yourself in front of? They probably forgot about it an hour later. That judgmental remark that kept you up at night? It likely wasn't even about you, it was about them and their own fears. The less you care about judgment, the freer and happier you will be. The moment you stop trying to live up to someone else's expectations, you get to start living on your own terms. And that, my friend, is a kind of peace that money can't buy. At 80, I've realized that the people who truly matter will love you for who you are. The rest? They don't deserve a space in your mind. So, if you're still worrying about what others think, take it from me, it's not worth it. Live your life for yourself, not for the approval of people who won't be there when you need them. Because in the end, the only opinion that truly matters is the one you have of yourself. 3. Let go of what you can't control. If I could go back in time, I would tell my 60-year-old self to stop wasting time stressing over things that were never in my hands to begin with. I spent too many years worrying about things I couldn't change, past mistakes, how people treated me, and things that never even happened. But no amount of worrying changed anything. All it did was rob me of peace. At 80, I see it clearly now. Life moves forward whether you worry or not. And if you spend too much time looking back or stressing about things outside your control, you'll miss what's happening right in front of you. If you're in your 60s now, let me tell you this. Don't let worry steal your time. You have better things to focus on. I used to replay old decisions in my head, wondering what I could have done differently. I thought about missed opportunities, words I should have said, choices I regret. But after all those years of overthinking, I realized something. I did the best I could with what I knew at the time. And so, did you? You can't go back and change anything. No one can. So what's the point of holding on to guilt or regret? The only thing you can do now is learn from it and move forward. I wasted too many nights thinking about the past, and I can tell you firsthand, it doesn't change anything. It only drains you. Not everyone will be kind. Some people will take advantage of you, betray you, or walk away when you need them the most. It's easy to get caught up in the unfairness of it all. But here's the truth. There's no use wasting your energy on people who don't deserve it. I used to hold on to anger, waiting for people to realize they had hurt me, waiting for apologies that never came. But at some point I had to ask myself, why am I giving these people space in my mind? There are good people out there. People who truly care. Focus on them. The ones who hurt you, let them go. They're not worth your peace. When you hold on to everything, mistakes, resentment, disappointments, life becomes heavy, and I carried that weight for too long. But the moment I learned to let go, everything felt lighter. Let go of what didn't go your way. Let go of what you can't change. Let go of the people who don't care. You'll never be able to control everything in life, but you can control how much of it you allow to weigh you down. At the end of your life, you won't wish you had worried more. You'll wish you had spent more time enjoying the moments that mattered. And you still have time to do that, if you choose to let go. 4. Cherish every moment with loved ones. If I could go back in time, I wouldn't waste a second on things that didn't matter. I wouldn't spend so much energy chasing success, worrying about money, or holding grudges. Because now, at 80, I see what truly matters, the people we love and the time we have with them. As the years pass, you start losing people. Friends you used to laugh with, family members who were always there, a spouse who knew you better than anyone else. And when they're gone, you will wish more than anything that you had just one more conversation, one more hug, one more laugh. But by then, it will be too late. And that's a pain you don't ever want to live with. I can't tell you how many times I thought about calling an old friend and put it off. I'll do it tomorrow, I'd say. I'll reach out next week. But sometimes tomorrow never comes, and before you know it, the chance is gone forever. Don't wait. Pick up the phone. Call your parents if they're still here. Call your siblings, your childhood friends, the people who were once a big part of your life. Even if it's been years, even if you don't know what to say, Just reach out. One day you will either be grateful that you did, or you will regret that you didn't. If I could go back, I wouldn't waste a single moment being angry over things that didn't matter. I wouldn't let small disagreements turn into years of silence, because, in the end, no argument is worth losing someone you love. I've seen families fall apart over things that should have been forgiven. I've seen friendships end over words that should have been let go. And I've seen people, too proud to apologize, end up alone. Don't be one of them. If there's someone you love but haven't spoken to because of an old disagreement, make things right. Say sorry. Or if they hurt you, forgive them, not for their sake but for yours. Life is too short to waste on resentment. If you're in your 60s, your children are grown, maybe they have children of their own, and I know life gets busy, but one day those little grandkids will be adults, and your children will be the ones looking back wishing they had more time with you. The stories you tell, the laughter you share, the love you give, it all stays with them. The best gift you can give them is your time, not money, not things, just you. Looking back, I don't think about the things I owned. I don't think about my job, my achievements, or the money I made. None of that means anything in the end. What I think about are the people, the ones I loved, the ones I lost, the moments that mattered. Don't wait until it's too late to realize that the greatest wealth in life isn't what you have. It's who you have. 5. Money matters, but not the way you think. If I could go back and talk to my 60-year-old self, I'd tell him to stop worrying so much about money, but also to respect it. Because while you don't need millions to be happy, you do need enough to live with peace of mind. And at this stage of life, peace of mind is worth more than anything. Money won't buy you more time. It won't bring back lost loved ones. It won't fill the emptiness of regret. But it will allow you to live comfortably, to reduce stress, and to enjoy the time you have left without fear of running out. I've seen too many people reach their later years with nothing saved, forced to work when their bodies were too tired, or relying on others when they wished they could be independent. And I've seen others who hoarded their money, so afraid of spending that they never enjoyed what they had. Neither path is right. The key is balance. I used to think that saving was something you did when you were young, that by 60 it was too late to make a difference. But I was wrong. It's never too late to be smart with your money. Even small savings add up over time. Maybe it won't make you rich, but it can give you security. And security is what allows you to sleep at night without worrying about the future. Start now. Put something aside, even if it's just a little. You'll thank yourself later. Debt is a chain around your neck, and the older you get, the heavier it feels. When you're young, you think you'll have time to pay it off, but by 60 you realize how quickly time passes and how easily debt can follow you into retirement. If I could go back, I'd tell myself to be careful, to think twice before buying things I didn't truly need. Because in the end, debt steals your freedom, and the one thing you want in your later years is freedom. I've met people who had plenty of money but never spent a dime on anything that brought them joy. They saved and saved, but for what? You can't take money with you, and no one writes on their gravestone, "I wish I had saved more." Be smart, but don't be so frugal that you forget to live. Take the trip. Enjoy good meals. Make memories with your family. Money is just a tool. Use it to create a life that's worth living. At 80, I see money for what it really is. Security, not purpose. You don't need to be rich, but you do need to be stable. You don't need to be cheap, but you do need to be wise. And most importantly, you don't need to spend your life chasing money, because at the end of the day, the most valuable things in life can't be bought. Make sure your money serves you, not the other way around. 6. You're never too old to try something new. If I could go back and tell my 60-year-old self one thing, it would be this. Don't stop growing. Don't stop dreaming. Don't stop living. Some people think 60 is the age to slow down, to settle into a routine, to accept that their best years are behind them. But I say, why stop now? At 80, I see things differently. I see that life is still happening, still full of possibilities, still waiting to be explored. And if you're lucky enough to be alive, you're lucky enough to try something new. You don't have to stay the same person you've always been. You have more wisdom and life experience now than ever before. Use it. I used to think learning was something you did when you were young, when you were building a career or raising a family, but I was wrong. The moment you stop learning, you start fading. Pick up a new hobby. Learn to paint, play an instrument, take up gardening, photography, or woodworking. Try something you always wanted to do but never had time for. Not only will it keep your mind sharp, but it will also give you a sense of purpose, something to wake up excited about. At 80, I've seen people my age who stayed mentally sharp and full of life, and I've seen others who let their minds go idle. The difference? The ones who stayed engaged with life kept learning. People assume travel means hopping on a plane and going somewhere far away, but travel doesn't have to be expensive or complicated. It can be as simple as exploring a nearby town, taking a scenic drive, or visiting a museum you've never been to. At 60, you still have the energy to go places, to experience new things. Don't wait until someday to start living. Go now while you can still enjoy it. The world is bigger than your daily routine. Step outside of it. I've met so many people who had dreams they put off. They wanted to write a book, start a business, or learn something new, but they told themselves it was too late. Now they sit with regret, wishing they had just taken the first step. If something is in your heart, do it. Write the book, take the class, learn the skill. Not for money, not for recognition, but for you. Your life isn't over. In many ways, it's just beginning. The only difference between those who keep growing and those who fade away is a simple decision: to keep moving forward. You're never too old to try something new. Don't let fear, doubt, or time hold you back. If you're still here, you still have something left to do. So go do it. 7. Happiness is a choice. Make it every day. If I could go back and tell my 60-year-old self one thing, it would be this: stop waiting for happiness. It's not something you find, it's something you create. For too many years I believed happiness would come someday. Someday when I had more money. Someday when life was less stressful. Someday when things fell perfectly into place. But someday never comes unless you choose it. At 80, I've met people who have lived through hardships, loss, and disappointments, but still wake up with a smile. And I've met others who had everything: money, comfort, security, yet remained miserable. The difference? The happy ones chose to be happy. They made the decision, every day, to focus on what they had instead of what they lost, to embrace gratitude, and to find joy in the little things. If you're in your 60s, I need you to hear this: your happiness is in your hands. Don't waste another day waiting for it. As you get older, you lose things: people, opportunities, time. It's easy to dwell on what's gone, but if you focus too much on the past, you miss the beauty of the present. I spent too many years looking back, wishing I had done things differently, missing people I'd lost, regretting time I couldn't get back. But at some point, I realized that no amount of sadness would change the past. The only thing I could control was how I chose to live the days I had left. So I started looking at what I still had: a roof over my head, people who loved me, small moments of joy. And everything changed. Gratitude is powerful. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present. Instead of thinking about the things I can no longer do, I choose to be thankful for what I can do. Instead of mourning the past, I appreciate the lessons it gave me. Instead of wishing for more, I find joy in what I already have. You don't need a perfect life to be happy. You just need a grateful heart. Life is too short to take everything so seriously. I used to think laughter was something that belonged to youth, but I was wrong. The older you get, the more you need it. Find reasons to laugh, watch a funny movie, share stories with friends, embrace the ridiculous moments in life. Laughter heals, it connects, it reminds you that even in difficult times, joy is still possible. If I could go back, I wouldn't wait so long to be happy. I wouldn't waste time chasing things that didn't matter or waiting for perfect circumstances. I would choose joy, right then and there. And you can too. Happiness isn't something that happens to you, it's something you decide. So, decide to embrace the moments, appreciate what you have, and find joy today, because waiting for someday is the surest way to miss out on life. If you've made it this far, I want you to take a deep breath and let everything sink in. Because this is the part of the story that matters most, the part where you decide what you will do with the time you have left. I can't go back and change anything. I can't get back the moments I wasted, the people I lost, or the years I spent worrying about things that didn't matter. But you still have time. And if there's one thing I want you to take from my words, it's this: live now, At 60 you might feel like life is starting to slow down. But I promise you, from where I stand, you will look back one day and realize that this was still a time of possibility. You can still take care of your health, you can still repair relationships, you can still learn, grow, and chase the dreams you once put aside. But you have to decide to do it. You have to stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop looking for excuses. Stop telling yourself, it's too late, because the truth is, it's only too late if you do nothing. So, here's my advice. Take care of yourself. Your body will carry you through the years ahead, but only if you treat it well. Move, eat wisely, rest. The way you care for yourself now will determine the quality of your life later. Let go of what weighs you down. Stop worrying about what people think. Stop holding on to regrets that you can't change. Stop replaying old mistakes. Set yourself free from the things that steal your peace. Cherish the people who matter. Call them, visit them, love them while you still can, because at the end of the day, nothing is more important than the people you share your life with. Spend your money wisely, but don't forget to enjoy it. Security matters, but so do the experiences and memories that make life meaningful. Use what you have to make your days richer, not just in wealth, but in joy. And most of all, choose happiness. Don't wait for it. Don't expect it to come from outside circumstances. Create it every single day in the small choices you make. I've lived 80 years, and I can tell you this. When your time comes, you won't care about the things you owned. You won't care about what people thought of you. You won't even care about the mistakes you made. You'll care about how you lived, the love you gave, the memories you created, the joy you allowed yourself to feel. So live now, love now, laugh now, because today is the youngest you will ever be again. Make it count.